And a very good evening to all my viewers out there. It is Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. It is exactly 11 p.m. and we are here at the Southwest Observatory, the Rail Observatory, overlooking the EXO Maintenance Center, the EXO Rail Yard. And directly in front of me is the MR-90s, and at least what's left of them. And I'm doing this video because this is possibly the last time I will be filming these trains while they're in the EXO yard. That's because all that's left here, there's only a few. They will be taken to the scrap yard, and two will remain. They're presently at the Exporail Museum, and pretty much that's the end of the MR-90s. And I'll just give you a bit of background information. First of all, I'm going to do, at the end of the video, a couple of photos that I've taken over the last year or so of them here in the rail yard, daytime, nighttime. And I'm also going to post links in the description, of course, of all my MR-90 videos. And I do have a playlist dedicated to the MR-90s as well. But for now, this is, I guess, a bittersweet moment because, after probably tomorrow or Thursday, these remaining MR-90 cars will be probably scrapped. And of course, just to give you an update, the MR-90s, first of all, came into existence 1994-1995 on the Deux-Montagnes commuter train line. That, of course, linked downtown Montreal all the way through the West Island and into Laval and right into Deux-Montagnes, which is sort of northwest of Montreal. And the interesting thing about that line is it went underneath Mount Royal, at least the first portion of it, from downtown Montreal into the town of Mount Royal. And there's, over the years, I think it's about 100 years now that tunnels existed. There's been different types of trains, but these ones were the last ones to exist, like I said, between 1994 and 95, when they were built, put into service, until December 31st, 2020. And of course, that rail line, the Deux-Montagnes line, which translates to Two Mountains line, is now being converted to the REM, an electrical light metro system. And you can see the tracks actually right there, ironically. That's the South Shore portion of it. But the MR-90s, completely electrical units. They didn't have any locomotives most of the time because if you look closely, they're taken off, but there's a top there where the pantographs were. And the way it worked is there was a wire that ran above the train tracks, and that pantograph made contact with the wire, and these trains were driven by electrical power. You'll see in the videos, the links that I'm going to post in the description, exactly how that worked. And these trains still had quite a bit of life left in them. The EXO, formerly known as the AMT, and you can even see it's a little hard at nighttime, but you'll see in the daytime pictures and videos, it actually had the AMT logo on these. The AMT, of course, tried to sell them to another transit agency without success. So they decided the only thing they could do is basically sell them for scrap. Now there are two units that are preserved, 400 and 485, and they are going to the Exporail Museum in Saint Constant. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those. They should be there hopefully by springtime. I guess they're preparing them. And I'll just walk around here a little bit. Let's see a better view of the side. It is cold tonight. We got our first snow coming tomorrow, which I guess is fitting for this video. It is a bittersweet cold night here in Montreal. But yeah, I just wanted to share this final video of the MR-90s here in the EXO rail yard. My next video is probably going to be at the Exporail Museum next time you're going to see these in a video. And I definitely am happy that when I started my YouTube channel in December 2015, I'm so happy I got the chance to film a couple of rides on these. I wish I did more. I wish I got more content aboard these trains. Similar to the MR-63 Metro cars, I got my channel just at the right time, just as the MR-63 trains were going into retirement. And I got the last ride video of that. Fortunately, I didn't get to see the last ride on these trains or go there. That was during the, I guess, one of the harder times of the COVID-19 pandemic. But there was a group that went. I should have went, but I didn't really, I guess you could say, appreciate as much now. Back then, you know, they say you don't really appreciate something, or you don't realize you've had something until it's gone. But I am glad, I'm so thankful I've got to film a couple of MR-90 rides through the Mount Royal Tunnel, and some footage as well of the outside of them, you know, passing by stations and whatnot. And I do have a playlist dedicated to the MR-90s. I'm going to post a link to all my videos in the description, and at the end of this video I will put some photos up of the MR-90s here over the years. And yeah, I do want to give a shout out to the fellow transit community out there, transit fans. Also Dimitri Deepan, one of the great rail fanners, great transit fans, probably the biggest MR-90 fan I know out there, that made me appreciate these trains even more. So special shout out to you, Dimitri. Also everybody else out there in the transit community. Yeah, it's, like I said, a very bittersweet moment. And Exporail, like I said, they will be preserved. 2 units will be preserved. And what I'll probably do is, if you have any questions or comments or memories about the MR-90, leave them in the comment section of the video. And I'm sure, it'd be nice to share some memories and have fellow fans out there sharing stories and whatnot of these trains, because they are beautiful. They're purely electric. They're, I guess, environmentally friendly as they could be. And that's the beauty of them. And you have these modern trains, the REM, the light rail systems and all that, but these were state of the art, and they had, just like a lot of older things, a lot of life left in them. They were built to last, and it's a shame that no other transit agency was able to adopt them, for lack of a better term. And just to show you these rail cars beside them, these are the multi-levels. These are the more modern ones. These are the ones that are running right now on a lot of the EXO lines. But yeah, these trains right here, the MR-90s, very historical part of history. And yeah, they will truly be missed by me, and I'm sure a lot of others. And yeah, so this is an unofficial farewell to them. And again, share your stories, your memories. And yeah, we'll see them at Exporail, the 2 that are left. And yeah, leave your comments, leave your questions. And as always, more videos to come. Farewell to the MR-90s. Thank you for the memories. Have a good night, everybody.